Hello, friends, welcome. So, today I have here the Secret Garden card making kit, and I'm gonna just be using this set I actually got at a yard sale. So I'm so happy to have found this. It's perfect for the spring. I'm gonna be making these shaker cards. And spring has sprung, and the baby geese or goslings are are hatched and out. And we were out in the park the other day, and they were just so cute. Oh my goodness, look at this whole little family. Anyways, so I was very inspired to make these cards after seeing these little cute goslings here. And yeah, spring has sprung. I'm excited for warmer weather and yeah, just more outings with the girls in the park and walking these trails and what have you. And so I just wanted to share with you this cute little sighting we had at the park the other day. And yeah, so this was very inspiring for my projects today with the secret gardening card making kit that I have here. I found at a crafting yard sale. And so, yeah, I was so happy to find this, and I can't wait to create with it. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and take out all of these die cuts. As you can see here, everything pretty much came with this kit. So, it came with two cards full of die cuts. It came with the four cards, as you can see there on the side. They have the white, the mint green, or like a teal color, light purple, and then that blue. Yeah, so it also came with this double-sided paper, and it's more like it's the paper is really thin. That's like the matting. The cards is cardstock, but these decorative papers are pretty thin. And so, yeah, I just love the print on all of these. There's some lavender there, and yeah, lots of fun prints. And so, it also did come with this embossing folder and that die cut as well. The flower shaped die cut. And so, yeah, I'm just going to be making the three cards here that you see in the front, the teal and that purple and blue. And so I was just showing here, this was from like I guess a UK kit, and that was the information there. And then I also had this other set that I found as well along with this one. And yeah, it came with these wooden pieces and the cards to like hang them in the middle. I don't get around to doing this, but maybe we'll show that in another video. Um, so yeah, so I have my scissors here, the die cut, some glue, and oh, I also did get some of this foam tape. So if you'd like to craft with me and create some of these spring theme cards, then yeah, go ahead and take out all your little goodies that you'll like to use, and yeah, let's get started. I mean, I really wanted to stick with what came in the kit, and so I tried my best to stick with everything that came in the kit, but I also did grab a few things from my personal stash as well. I'm gonna be using some of these die cuts. None of these flowers or butterflies. I was just showing that I was thinking of maybe using those, but I am gonna be using those circle die cuts to make the shaker in the middle. And so now I'm just oh yeah, I do have my cutting board there. I wanted to show you. I do have these little stamps and then these enamel dots as well that I had took out from my stash. And I also did get some of the shaker mix bits, and you'll see that later. Pretty much like sequins and all those other little beads and what have you. And so I'll be showing that later. And right now I'm just measuring the card and um the matting paper that I'm gonna go ahead and put over that in the front. And so I started off with this purple um card and the purple flowers here. I really love like all the prints on these papers, like both sides, double sided. It's really pretty. So I would have really liked to use this paper maybe in a journal, just because I hate using like double sided paper and not showing the opposite side. You know what I mean? Like the other end. I hate just covering it. But yeah. So now I have my die cut machine out, the Big Shot, and I did take those circle die cuts, and I was just showing there that if you have any like little extra pieces of metal sticking out, you want to make sure that you cut that out, because yeah, it'll put a hole in your die cut that you don't want, right? It'll make an impression or a hole in there that you really don't want there, so you just want to make sure that that's out of there. And so to hold these down, you should apply a piece of tape. I didn't have any tape with me at the moment, and I was being a little bit lazy. I didn't want to go downstairs and get the tape. And so I just, did it this way. But yeah, if you want to get it accurate every single time, then yeah, to hold it down, you should put a little bit of tape on there. And I went and got some of this recycled packaging here. Um, and so I'm going to be using that. You can also buy some acetate as well, but I just end up using it from like packaging that we receive, like any of like the girls like Barbie dolls or something like that, or any like anything that we have in the house. I just reuse it and I keep it. Yeah, I store it aside, and then whenever I need it, I just take it out. And so um I am gonna be using that to create the shaker in the middle here, and I want to show you again how I do that. So I did cut out this little birdie in the middle here. I thought that would be really cute to go in the middle in the circle as a centerpiece. And then I I took the pieces around the circle edge, and I made a bunch of these to make it thick enough to fit all the beads inside. And so you want to cut if you have foam, that's another way. So it did say that this came with foam. It did have like a little piece of foam. I couldn't find it. I don't know where it went, but it would have not been enough anyways to create all these cards. It was good for like just one card. Um so yeah, if you have foam, that would also work. But if you don't have foam, just keep cutting the same amount. I mean, just keep cutting over and over until it's thick enough. Yeah, so that the beads do not touch the top. Right, it needs to have a good amount of depth in there. And so, yeah, you just go ahead and cut around the acetate around the top layer, and then put your sequins in. So I have these sparklets, as you can see here. It came with a variety of different kinds of little jemmies and whatnot. And so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put all these little pieces inside here. Some of them I kind of glue on in place, just so that when the shaker or the card is down, there's still some things that are like floating there, right? And it just looks cute. Um, if you do that opposed to like everything just falling down in the shaker. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but hopefully I explained that well. So yeah, so that's it. So I just added a few pieces in there, and then now I'm just gonna cover that. Um, yep, and seal that in, and everything is nicely glued in there pretty tight, so nothing is gonna be coming out. I could have even excuse me, I could have even added some glitter, which was what I had originally planned. I totally forgot after I got all of these things out. And so you have like this white sparkle and then a clear one. So these two kind of look the same, but one has like flower beads and then the other one has like stars in there. So yeah, they are different. And I was yeah, so I'm just gluing those like little pieces in place wherever I think I would like them to stay in place. And yeah, if you're crafting with me, these shakers are super easy to make. You don't even really need a die cut in order to make this. You could like freehand it, especially a circle. You could just get any, circular shape like a top or what have you, like maybe a jar cap or something like that, right? Like something circular shape. And just go ahead and trace around it and cut it, and then yeah, so that's just another idea in case you don't have like a die cut like this. And then just get another like smaller cap or what have you, and then just put that in and kind of, the same effect that I did um, with the machine when I put those two die cuts in. And so, yeah, that's how the shaker came out. I think it came out really cute, the little birdie in the middle. So adorable. And yeah, I used to make a lot of shakers. Like, I have so much of that, like, mix. And I have made so many in the past. I haven't made any recently. And so this project was really fun because I haven't done this in a while. And yeah. And so now I'm just trying to figure out the placement of everything. And yeah, it's just, playing around and seeing how you like everything, where you want it to go. And yeah, I'm using this glue. This is art glitter glue and it dries fairly quickly. And yeah, once it's on there, it's like stuck. It's glued on. So this glue is very good for that. And I'm gonna also, it's actually on sale right now on Amazon. I'll link it below if you're interested. Everything that I'm gonna be using, for the most part, will be in the description box below. Not sure if I can find this card kit because I think this was purchased in the UK, or yeah, I'm not sure. I've never seen this card kit before, but whatever I do find, I'll go ahead and link and leave in the description below. And so yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. I wish I was like live or that I can talk to you guys and you could actually respond because I was really having a hard time trying to figure out where I wanted to place these items, and I always do. It's always like a chore for me to figure out where I want to put these. Um yeah, it's so funny, but it would have been nice to like get some, opinions here. What looks good and what have you. But yeah, I think it's all part of the creative process, right? Playing around with all these little pieces and just figuring out, what looks good where. And so, yeah, I think it's coming along pretty nicely. I kind of have a gist at this point of what I would like to do. And yeah, so I do want to use this sentiment is, flowers on it. And I just don't know the placement just yet. But sometimes when you get stuck on things like that, it's good to just put it down and then go to the next project and then come back to it later with some fresh eyes on it, right? And that also always helps me out. And so that's kind of what I did here. I wasn't sure if I wanted to add too much. I kind of liked the way it looked very simple in the beginning. And then later on, I'm like, wait, I kind of want to add a few more things. And yeah, so there's always something to add to it, right? You can always add to a project. Um, yeah, I think it's easy to add to a project than to remove something, right? especially when using that art glitter glue because that art glitter glue is so strong. And it'll rip the paper off if you kind of try to, tear it back out. And so next, I want to use these two papers together. I wasn't sure which side I wanted to use, but I decided to pick the more front, the front with like all these details on it. Um, and so yeah, again, I was trying to figure out which colors went well here, and so I decided to do these. And then I'm just using the cutter to go ahead and cut that down, and pretty much the same method that you saw me do the first time, I'm gonna go ahead and do for all three. Same thing. And so this paper has actually that lavender print on the other side, which I love the lavender. I really was so close to choosing that one, but I decided that this fun print will look a lot better um, as the main, focal point in the front of the card. So it was a hard decision, but I did pick this one. I think it came out really lovely. And so I'm just leaving a very slight border of that solid color, that minty green showing. And yeah, for all the cards, I just left the same border there. And I use my bone folder to make sure that it's nice and flat because that card was actually very thick. So this designer paper on the top is very thin, like that's a very thin layer, but the actual card is pretty thick. So I just wanted to go ahead and use my bone folder to flatten that out. And now I'm just using the double-sided tape to adhere that onto the card. Since this paper is so thin, I didn't want to use wet glue for that. And yeah, you can use whatever medium you have or prefer to use. But yeah, I will also have those linked below as well in the description box. And so this month of April, right? Well, last month, I had done a giveaway. So I said that in the beginning of the month of May, I was going to be announcing the winner. And so I am working on that video. I will be showing everything that I'm going to be giving away, and announcing the winner as well. I didn't forget. So I just wanted to note that as well. And yeah, see, I love this little nozzle because it works so good for things like this, like so intricate and tiny, and it goes perfectly. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna use these on here, and I decided to actually put that on like so, and I really like the way that turned out actually. I wanted to use all of the pieces that came with this set, and so I think I achieved what I set out for. I really like the way this came out. It's so cute. And yeah, I was thinking about doing some stamping on the inside, but in the video I kind of leave it blank. So I'm still unsure if I want to stamp on the inside or leave the cards blank. And I decided to use a little piece of that lavender side, and I put that inside in the circle so you can kind of see the lavender there, and then it says like the word lavender. Very, very light. You can barely see it in the camera, but you can definitely see it in person. And so again, I just put a ton of layers on top of each other because I do have foam, but again, I was being lazy and just using what I had upstairs. And so, yeah, I just used this really thick cardstock, and I just cut out a bunch of them, and now I'm just gluing and layering them. And yeah, that's just another way you can do it if you don't have that foam board. And yeah, so just gluing around as you can see. And this is like so simple to do. And then all you have to do is just add the layer of acetate on the top to close it and seal it in. Very, very simple. You can do this design with so many, different things. The little shakers. I love making shakers. They're just so fun. And I think on a card to receive that is really cute and fun as well. And yeah, I wasn't sure again, like I always say this, that I don't plan out any of this, so I don't ever know exactly how it's gonna come out or what I'm planning to do in the beginning of the video. For this specific video, I know that I was just gonna be working with this set. Um and that's about it. And so I know that I wanted to use all the pieces in this set. Again, I've been trying to use up my stash and use up the things that I have already on hand. And yeah, so that's what I've been trying to do. Whatever I have near, I just try and take out the things that I think are inspirational and that I may want to use in that project for the most part. And that's pretty much it. Go ahead and comment in the comment section below and let me know if you decided to make any cards this spring, if you made any spring cards. We also had an event in the group, the Facebook group, um, where we swapped Mother's Day cards, and that was really fun. I had a lot of fun with that one. I actually did my Mother's Day card on the Cricut machine, and I think it came out really lovely. Unfortunately, I didn't get to record it. I don't even know why I didn't record that because it came out really good, and I've been wanting um to show how I use the Cricut on here as well. I may end up doing another video creating like some Mother's Day cards as well. Let's see what happens. No promises. But here I'm just putting a bunch of that foam tape on the back and just layering it up so that way it reaches the top there. Um yeah, I think this came out really really cute. And so the foam tape helps it like pop out a lot nicer, and yeah, just gives it that extra dimension. I think it looks really good. So I didn't put foam tape on everything. Some of the things I did lay flat, and then other things I like kind of popped out a little further. Um, yeah, so sorry for the glare here. It's now nighttime and it's got pretty dark. And so this is just the lighting inside the house. And so you might see a little bit of glaring and whatnot. Now I'm just putting some of the uh, double-sided foam tape on the little birdie to give that extra layer there, as you can see on the top. I think that came out really good. And yeah, I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing with this card. I absolutely love the way it turned out. So cute. So that's what we have so far. Just going and taking a look back to make sure, some of the ideas that I had and see how it turned out in comparison. So I already have these pieces cut out, and this one has that really light blue, like floral on the other side, which I thought was so pretty. I love that print. Um, yeah, look at that. So pretty. Unfortunately, I have to cover it up. And so there I go, just adding the double-sided tape again. And I think this is the last one that I'm going to be decorating here on camera. And I think I had one more of the card that came with this set, and it was the white card. But I think I used all of the papers for the most part. Oh no, actually there was that green sheet. So I might be doing that one later on, and I'll show you guys that in probably another video how all of them came out. But I do end up doing these three, and I think they came out very nice. I again love to take my time with these things, and so you know this quite a bit of time has passed here, and of course I had to take a few breaks and pauses in between, and so that's just the way it is. That's the way it goes in my house. It's a little process when I do these projects. And yeah, when you do them, let me know in the comments too, like, do you normally finish your things like all in one sitting, or do you take breaks in between and come back to the project? Like, what's your preferred method? I'm just curious. Am I the only one that does that, or what? I'm sure I'm not, but yeah, I'm just curious. The majority, um, who does like take a few breaks and then gets back to the project or whatnot. Sometimes it's really good because if you take a break and you come back to it, like, with fresh eyes, and you just have a ton of more ideas. Yeah, I have a lot of scraps here, as you can see, that came from that, and I'm probably going to be using that in some other projects. But I wanted to put like a little sticker or something inside. I wasn't sure. I really, really like this little goose here, and I thought she was so cute. And that's from the I think it's the Marigo collection. I'm not sure. It's the Maggie Home stickers. Um, and then I was thinking, no, I should cut out that little birdie and put him there from the set. Then I said, no, well, how about this little house I had cut out from another paper pack? And I thought that was darling too, but I don't know. I was like really playing around with different designs and seeing what thought looked best. And then I just went right back to the paper pack and actually cut out that little bird. Not from that, but from one of the other pieces of scraps here, as you can see. And I just cut that little birdie out and put him in there instead. And you can put all kinds of different things for confetti, right? Like little pieces of things in there. They can be cut apart, little pieces of confetti or stickers, or yeah, pretty much anything you can think of, right? Like any of these little die cuts you can add in there. I was thinking of adding that little shovel and what have you in there, and just having that float around as well. But I kind of wanted to glue this in so that it stays in place and you can see it, in that one spot as is in the shaker. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. This is such a simple make, as you can see. As far as like putting that shaker together, right? And yeah, I think it came out lovely. Now all I have to do is go ahead and decorate around that border and figure out what I want to put there again. And so I'm just playing around with what I have. I did most of it off camera, so you're not bored and just watching there. I'm now taking this gold marker and adding a faux stitched border around it, as you can see. You can also do some actual stitching. At this point, I had already had that down, and also my sewing machine is downstairs. This is gonna be a common thing, right? Everything is downstairs. But yeah, I wasn't planning on doing that. Plus, I think the faux stitching works as well. It's just another idea that you can do to make add some extra details. I was actually gonna use some enamel dots, um, and yeah, some of that like little puffy dots. I forgot what they're called. But yeah, you can use all kinds of things to make these cards pop out as well. There's still lots of details I can add to it, rhinestones and all kinds of things. But so far, this is the way they came out. I think they came out really, really cute. I had a lot of fun making these. And yeah, if you make any spring cards, let me know in the comments below how yours turned out and if you enjoyed crafting with me as well. I appreciate your time and you joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, thanks for joining me. And take a look at these little goslings again. They're just so adorable. I hope you have a lovely and peaceful day. And I will see you soon in another video. Bye.